be up, so I'll just let you know that we're up and you can start
Okay.
talking then if you want.
Sure.
Transition in 3, 1. Alright, welcome back to the Pokemon Speedruns Marathon. We have RideLith doing Pokemon Conquest. Take it away, my dude.
Okay. So let's just start the game, and while we are on the tutorial, I'll just keep explaining about the game and what I'm doing and stuff. Okay, so time is coming up in 3, 2, 1, go. So in this part, we just mash through some text boxes until we get to the initial tutorial fight. For those of you who are not aware, Pokémon Conquest is an isometric tactics RPG, just like Fire Emblem and the likes, Final Fantasy Tactics, you know. It is based off of the Nobunaga's Ambition series, which is really popular in Japan. It features the story about the 16th century Japan, with Oda Nobunaga trying to conquer all of Japan and all of the historical warriors being featured on the game, trying to stop him and stuff. Spoilers, we managed to stop him. So in this fight, first thing you can notice is that each Pokemon has a limit of squares that they can just move each turn. Eevee has 4 squares, Jigglypuff has 3, most of the Pokemon have 3 squares. So Jigglypuff will be using Double Slap. Each Pokemon only has one move that can be changed when they evolve, but most of them will only use the same move throughout the run. And Eevee does Quick Attack, I think, or Tackle, something like that. Just a regular hit. So yeah, the story so far is that we were chilling in our castle because we are a warlord of a castle, and this unknown lady just approaches us, and then some fighters of the nearby castles invade us. This lady is revealed to be Oichi, which is the sister of Nobunaga. She's a real character, like in the Nobunaga's history that happened in Japan. Here there's the first cutscene that we just skipped. Every single cutscene in this game is skipped with start. First things that we do here is set up faster animations, auto mode, fast messages and stuff. Auto mode for message skipping in case I forget to mash. Mashing is done in this game with A and B and the stylus. And most of the movement with Pokemons will be done with the stylus. Here we go to the first real fight that we have a lot of control over. It's still a tutorial fight. This one is one of the few fights that are done inside castles that are not like invasions, that the enemies have a preset position. So the next tutorial fight will be totally random, the positions, and I'll have to improvise a lot depending on the outcomes. This one is pretty straightforward. We just try to double slap Bidoof and kill Starly and Bidoof with Eevee. So hopefully we will see Eevee's special ability pretty soon. We missed that. That's not that bad. Okay, so here's Eevee's special ability. If he knocks out a Pokemon in any fight, he can move again. Called Celebrate. So in this case, you might have noticed that I used the directional pad instead of the stylus to move Eevee. The directional pad is really funky. Okay, that was an unfortunate flinch. So Jigglypuff's ability, Lullaby, just randomly puts enemies to sleep. It's good that it shows up right now. But anyways, I was talking about... What was I talking about again? I think it was about Celebrate. Anyways, it will be used a lot in this run. We try to set up a lot of turns in which Eevee can celebrate from one Pokemon to another to save a little bit of time. Okay, so in this next fight, the positions of Bidoof and Wooper will be random. We don't choose the area that the game offers us to fight into because it features a lot of water in it, and it usually wastes time because we can't traverse water, but Wooper can. Okay, this didn't flinch. The main problem in the first, like, 30 minutes of the run is getting flinches by Bidoofs, because they are everywhere, basically. Okay, that was a good range of movement. So now we use the Warrior's ability of our own Warrior, which increases our movement by 2 squares in 1 turn only. Oichi, which is the warrior that controls Jigglypuff, has an ability to heal every Pokemon in our team for 50, and that's going to be used a lot in the run. I remember now what I was talking about. I was talking about why I can't use the stylus sometimes and I need to use the directional pad, is because the stylus is really bad on squares that are on the corner of the screen. It just never hits it precisely. Yes, we're going to advance this month. So time in this game is measured in months. So at every battle that you do, it skips a month. That's not really important. It could just be like weeks and it wouldn't change anything for us. So now those NPCs just talk to us and encouraged us to invade the first castle, which is igneous. It features fire types. So there are a couple unique mechanics to this castle that are going to be used in a couple different castles too, but anyways. So first thing that you're going to notice is that there is a lot of lava terrain, and lava terrain can only be traversed by fire Pokemons and flying Pokemons, and we don't have either of those. So we just wait until the enemy Pokemon can reach us, otherwise it would create a lot of awkward situations in which they could hit us and we couldn't hit them. Because they all use Ember, and Ember has 1 square of range, so they could just hit behind places that we couldn't reach, and that would be really bad. The other unique mechanic is the thermal fountains that you can notice, like those small blue squares. They heal off, if you step on them they heal you off and can heal off burns. So now I move Eevee a square top, otherwise Chimchar could use his warrior ability, hit Eevee and flinch him, which is really bad. So you'll notice that I'll just attack Chimchar with Jigglypuff here, and depending on the damage that Jigglypuff does, I either hit him or tap Pig. Oh, this is really good. I'll hit either him or tap Pig with Eevee. We can't really bring him below 30% health without killing him. Okay, let's see how much damage this will do. Nah, we're better off just hitting tap Pig here. Funky execution, sorry, I'm pretty rusty. So if we bring him below 30% health and we don't kill him in 1 turn, he's going to potion and heal for 20, and that's going to waste a lot of time. Okay, we didn't get burned, that's really nice. So the other unique mechanic is going to appear now, which is those boulders that randomly fall in the sky. And 1-hit Bidoof. This is amazing for us. This always saves a lot of time. This was really lucky. So let's see if we can actually hit him for a lot and bring him into a range that Eevee is going to kill him, and I think it is. Yeah, 10 damage. So those damage that you're seeing on the screen, so it showed 10 and it hit for 9, and that's a thing that happens a lot. So we can't really celebrate into tap Pig because he's on the middle of the lava. Okay, this is pretty good. I think we're going to kill him in one hit, yeah. Okay, so this was a pretty good first castle. So we won a potion. It's not going to be relevant at all. So let's remind ourselves that we don't want to save after this fight. We want to save later. I always end up misclicking the save button. Oh, advancement. Yes, okay. This saved a little bit of time. Oops. So when we enter, we're approached by another warrior that just tells us how to befriend warriors, and I'll just explain that later. So right now we need to pass a month because the warrior that is on this castle that we would recruit holds a Charmander, and we want a Darumaka because Darmanitan is so much better than Charizard. Okay, here is the Darumaka. Later on in the run. So Darumaka is one of the star of this run. When he hits the Darmanitan stage, he's so good. Okay, so we can start just smacking him in the face here. So the way that you befriend warriors in this game is that he's not attacking us because he can't use his attack, which requires him to run up. He has range, like he needs to run up a square. Anyways, so to recruit a warrior in this game, shit. There is a possibility that we can't recruit him, and that would be really bad for us. Ouch, I think it happened. Anyways, to recruit warriors in this game, you gotta kill them in 4 turns or less, and this is our 5th turn. I don't think we're going to be able to recruit him. We didn't have the help of Jigglypuff here. He can be recruited, okay. We still made it just fine. So we need to kill warriors in less than 4 turns, or we need to kill them with a super effective move in any confirmation of turns passed. So this run is going pretty well so far. We're going to save after this because the next fight is a pretty big choke point for the run. And we're going to just explain that later. So now we have 2 more castles available to invade, which are RideLith, which is the grass types, and Fontaine, which are the water types. And since we just recruited a fire type, I think it's pretty obvious where we're going. We're going to the grass type castle. Okay, so saving this game takes quite some time. Here in RideLith, we need to capture one of the Sewaddles and Pansage. And RideLith has the unique mechanic of having a lot of grass tunnels that teleport you from one part of the map to another. If Pansage goes through the north tunnel, which will make him be really far away from Darumaka, it's going to be bad for us. Normally in a run I would reset, but since this is a marathon, I just have routed out most of the times, most of the AI patterns that he does that. So a thing that I haven't talked about in this game is that there are multiple ways that the AI can behave, because the order in which the Pokemon move is random, and the possible outcomes of their movement is also random based on who moved first and stuff like that, and they always have some randomness to which square they're going to move to. And to run this game, you really gotta map out most of the AI outcomes. Of course, I still get surprised by some really unlikely AI patterns up to this day, but I have mapped out most of the stuff that is important. So this is a castle that you don't win by killing all the enemy opponents, although you can do that. You can also just capture all of the flags in this castle, and you capture them by standing on them. So the enemy shows this up by capturing that flag. We're going to capture it. Okay, this is really bad. He went to the north tunnel, so this is going to waste a lot of time. And if Snivy goes through the north tunnel too, we're going to have to reload that save file, because that's the only pattern of movement that we can't just do anything. We can't win the fight that way. Wait, we're going to move to one square behind that. Yeah. Because Snivy moves 4 squares. Okay. So he didn't move through the north tunnel, which means this is a good fight that we can do. It's going to take a lot of time, but at least we're not going to need to reload the save file. So here we don't do anything with Eevee. Just press the shoulder button, come on. Yeah, I just dropped my stylus there, that's why it took so long. But anyways, so Snivy has very little energy, which is a mechanic that I haven't explained yet. That's really good for us. And Daryl Mecha had a lot of energy. So in this game, besides IVs and just pass this turn, besides IVs and stuff like that, there's also an energy system. Energy is used to basically determine the strength of your that your IVs are going to be expressed. It just is another status system on top of the IVs. There are 5 levels of energy, and then they can be really random to enemies, but we can manipulate our energy levels just fine. So the more energy that you have, the greater will be your statuses. So let's see if Jigglypuff can kill him right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. Oh shit. Okay. So this is going to waste another turn, but it's fine. We're going to need to defeat Sewaddle here, and then we're going to go ahead and defeat Pansage. Like I said, there is no turn limit if we defeat him with a super effective move, which will be Flame Charge by Darumaka. So here I'll just explain what Darumaka's ability is, which is Run Up. It means that if the most squares that you walk up to an enemy before hitting him, the more damage Darumaka will do if he's hit. So here's Run Up, and his damage gets boosted by a lot because of that. Now, we could finish this fight by grabbing the red flag with Jigglypuff, but I want Pansage for the next fight, so I really need to go capture him. That's his warrior ability, which is Mighty Blow. It increases his attack once per fight for 1 turn, and we're going to use that a lot when we capture him. So I'm not going to attack anymore with Eevee because this is enough for Darumaka to defeat Pansage, and we don't want Eevee to accidentally kill him with crits and stuff. If Eevee drops his life way too much in this fight, we can just heal him with Jigglypuff's warrior ability. Like I said, it heals us for 50, the whole team. Okay, so here we just shoulder pad to Darumaka, go through the north tunnel, and wait another turn. So just as a friendly reminder, I'll just remind this throughout the stream. There are guides, really extensive guides for the routes of this game, and they are featured on the guide page on speedrun.com. So here we just move 1 square here because we want to abuse run up next turn. So there are guides for the any percent and the any percent no passwords. That just reminds me that I haven't explained what this category actually means, which is no passwords percent. So in this game, after a certain point of the run, you can use passwords to obtain some rare Pokemons. Passwords were distributed by Nintendo on the year really following this game's release. But this route doesn't feature them. It's a little bit slower, like 5 minutes compared to 20%. Okay, so let's finish off Passage here. And then we can just capture the flag with Jigglypuff. And we're finally done with Greenleaf. It was a very, very bad fight for us, but it doesn't really matter. We're still way underestimate with the current state of affairs. So here's some more text. So let me remind myself that we're going to recruit both of those guys. Yes. And we are not saving, because next fight is really easy. Absurdly easy. Some more info into Pokémon Conquest. So this game features 200 Pokémon of the 5th generation. It doesn't feature all of the Pokémons. It was released about 2 years after Pokémon Black and White, and it sold about 1 million copies, compared to like 15 million from Black and White together. So it's not that much of an obscure game. So the mechanic of this fight are just those fountains. We're going to completely ignore it. We're just going to close up the gates, drain off the water, and be able to traverse to the other side. So we only use those 3 Pokemons. We don't need Jigglypuff and Darumaka for this fight. All of the movement that you're seeing like me do on this game is pretty precise to manipulate the AI into certain patterns. Last fight we couldn't really manipulate it, so that's why in the last fight, like, we had such a bad AI pattern, because we really can't manipulate what the enemy does with our movement, but in this fight we can. So now we use Mighty Blow, which is this warrior ability. I had already explained it. It increases the attack of our next move for 1 turn. That's really nice. He was able to finish off both of those Pokemon in 1 turn. So here's another way of manipulating the position. We're going to position Eevee here and Sewaddle right behind him. So that prompts I forgot what his name is, Oshawott, to attack both of them and be really close to them, because he can't just be on the other side of the water, and that would be really bad for us. Let's see if we can finish off Wooper. Yes, so let's celebrate from Wooper to Oshawott. And now we're going to need another turn to finish off Oshawott, because his energy level was so high in this fight. He was at the maximum energy level. Okay, let's first finish off him with let's first hit him with Pensage because I want Eevee to finish him off. When you last hit a Pokemon in this game, you get more EXP after the battle with the Pokemon that you last hit it with. So I want more EXP to Eevee because we're going to ditch Pensage later on in the run. Normally in any percent we'd recruit some warriors here, but we don't need any of them for the next fight in this category. We don't need any of them, so we just dish them all. So time for cutscenes, text and stuff like that. We just skip the cutscene. I don't want to save right now. Advance a month. So now we're going to fight Violite, which is one of the scariest fights in this category. So first we march off to another castle. We can just transfer a Pokemon from one castle to another without changing really anything. Now we're going to save. And in this next fight we need to capture Starly, like it's absolutely fundamental to this route. But Starly sometimes does not behave. And this is one of the reset points of this run. So we save before fighting Violite because we might need to redo this fight a couple times. Just the first few turns though. So Starly's energy is really high, but so is their mecha. So it's sort of balanced out the damage that we're going to deal to Starly. Starly's defenses are really poor, so the more energy means that their mecha is high energy versus a high energy Starly. It means that we're favored against him because their mecha has so much attack status. After this fight we're going to start to manipulate our energy levels. So Eevee is also pretty high on energy. They are both maxed out, their mecha and Eevee, so that's really good for us in this fight. All of this movement was precise to manipulate them into certain AI movement that is going to bring Starly closer to us. So Starly could just go one square further, depending on how the AI moves him. It's a 50-50. So now we're going to need to waste Eevee's warrior ability to hit Starly here, otherwise we don't have range. Okay, so he's at 39. We just move Puff here, Pensage here to the middle, Dildo here. We try to never keep more than 2 Pokemons in those metal squares, you know, that is not made of floor, because that prompts the enemy AI to hit those buttons on the corner of the map, and that makes a lightning storm summon on the other side of the map, opposite to that. That paralyzing is completely fine here because their mecha's warrior ability just heals paralyze. Wow, I can't say it. Paralysis. That was really badly pronounced. Okay. So first we heal off Eevee's paralysis because we don't want to not hit Starly next turn. Next round, I mean. Okay, so I think we're going to be able to kill. Yeah, 19. Okay, this is fine. Run is alive. We're going to recruit Starly. So a mechanic that I didn't talk about is that famous warriors that are important to the storyline, like the warrior that controls Starly, can only be recruited by other famous warriors. So we had to kill that warrior with either Jigglypuff or Eevee. Sewaddle is going to fight to this side because I want Sewaddle to hit up Shinx, because Sewaddle's ability makes every contact that he makes with Pokemons eat up their usable items, and Shinx is holding a potion. Okay, that's fine. That paralysis can be troublesome for us, because... yeah, can be really troublesome because we already have used Darumaka's warrior ability. And Eevee is going to ditch a lot of damage in this fight. Okay, he is paralyzed. But at least we got a lullaby there. So we move Darumaka here just to sponge off some damage. I want to heal Eevee because he's the most important Pokemon in this fight now. So let's just start smacking Pichu. Want to move him here. So in this fight, the other thing that we need to do is finish off Pampor with Pansage. Because Pampor has an ability which increases by 1 stage the attack of him and adjacent allied Pokemon for 3 turns, and that's going to be really useful in the next fight. Okay, this is bad. It's okay, we're still pretty fine this fight. We capture Starly, that's the main thing that we wanted to do. Okay, that miss was unfortunate, but that's okay. Let's just hit this, please. Okay, a critical was really good here. It compensated for Eevee doing absolutely no damage. Okay, that's pretty nice too. We're going to be able to approach Pampor with Pansage after Pichu's death. Yeah, Arcanic, you really do need to play this game. This game is amazing casually. It has a lot of post-game that you can just fiddle around capturing legendaries and stuff. It's really, really fun. Okay, goodbye Darumaka. It doesn't matter that much that he just defeated. Okay, this matters. Eevee's having a lot of bad luck with paralysis. Wait, what? Okay. Thanks to the magic of Mighty Blow, we just finished him off in 1 turn. So Eevee is not going to do anything. We just bring Silvador here to ditch up some more damage. Yeah, the post game is really good too. I estimate that the post game is about 20 times as long as the main storyline. It's really, really long. Okay, finally we'll be able to do something with Eevee. That was really good crit. Oh damn. That was unfortunate. I was going to celebrate off Sphinx and kill Mary, but yeah. Hopefully this doesn't knock him out. Yeah, pretty good. But he gets paralyzed. Hooray. Pansage will be able to finish off Mareep just fine. It's okay. So we can recruit both of the warriors that we wanted to recruit in this fight, which is Pampor and Starly. After this fight, there is going to be a lot of stuff that's happening that is not fighting. Let me just concentrate here and get both of the warriors that we're supposed to get. Okay, fine. So we're going to deploy Starly here, and unfortunately, we're going to ditch Sewaddle. Sewaddle is not going to be useful anymore for us. Goodbye, Sewaddle. Some more Shatter here. No, we don't want to save progress, and we want to pass this turn. So now we will be approached by a warrior that taught us how to befriend warriors, and now he's going to teach us how to capture other Pokemon. We're not going to really capture other Pokemon until the last fight of the game. So now we go to the Ponigri shop. Ponigri is the way that we can increase the energy of our Pokemon. And we're going to use a lot of Ponigri this run because... So now we're going to buy some items that I will just explain later how they're useful, which is power wristbands. So yeah, we start using Ponigri from now on to manipulate the energy of our Pokemons. Most of them will be maxed out from now on. So we're going to equip power wristbands on Eevee, Aramaka. Oops. Okay. And now we're going to save because Starly is on maxed out energy. So power wristbands increase your attack by about 25-30%, but they have a really high chance of breaking whenever you make an attack. That's really bad. It does happen now. So first off, we're going to fight Cresselia. So it's really bad if we break the power wristbands because we don't have many of them right now. Later on in the game, we'll just have a most infinite amount of them. And it won't really matter if they break. But right now we only have 4, and we're going to use those 4 in this fight. I expect about 2 or 3 of them to break. That's how easy they break up in this game. Yeah, it's Munishaj. I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry. We need Starly to evolve into Staravia, and we use Staravia to capture Girder in Pugilis. Girder is going to be crucial in the following fights of Yaksha and Cragspur. But that's coming up later. After this fight, we'll try to evolve Starly into Staravia. So Starly has Quick Attack, which doesn't hit fighting types for super effective move, but Staravia has Wing Attack, which is what we want from it. Anyways, this fight has the unique mechanic of those balls that you just saw me knock out of the ring. So those balls, whenever they hit a Pokemon in the way that you're passing, they deal quite some damage, like about 20 damage in this fight. So the objective of this fight is last hitting 2 Pokemons with Starly. That's bad, I don't want Starly to die, please. Oh no. This is bad. We're going to have to heal Starly right off the bat with Jigglypuff. Okay, but this is pretty good, so Phil just open up the way for us here. So we're going to have to just use Sweet Song here, heal off Starly, move right here. Let's hit a ball on Pineapple. This fight has so many AI pattern possibilities that really it is not possible to map out all of them. I just hit this guy with Starly, let's not poison please. So now we use Rally, which is the ability that I want in Fanport to increase our attack. Now we use Mighty Blow with Passage, no. So he has Mighty Blow and Rally and his Power Wristband. And we try to hit Phil for quite some. Yeah, his Phil is pretty tanky. We just finished this guy off with Darmaka. Goodbye. So if we get poisoned in this fight, it doesn't really matter because we just have Darmaka's warrior ability to heal us off. Let's hope that Starly doesn't die in this fight. Please. Don't die. Please. I think Pineapple will hit Starly here. If that happens, we're pretty screwed. Oh no, this is bad. Oh boy, this is very bad. Yeah, that freeze was really unfortunate for us. That was really nice. Really good crit. So I think I'm going to have to transfer Eevee into the vicinities of Phil because I want him to... Yeah, I'm going to need to move Darumaka here because we want to hit Phil from behind. And I think I'm going to move Pampor here to tank some hits from Pineapple. So this fight is going really badly. Okay, that's really good. I don't want him to be hitting Starly. Okay, just focus on Jigglypuff, please. Thanks. Ouch. He's still frozen, okay. I think Darumaka is going to be able to finish him off now. Yep. Probably. That's fine. We can just celebrate off from him with Eevee. Or not. Well, this is another mechanic of this fight. We have... Let's try to reach that guy with... Oh no. We can get stuck for a couple turns there. If that happens. This fight is going pretty badly for us. Because of that. Oh no. Okay. That was lucky. So Jigglypuff is going to die now. Well, really ugly fight for us. Let's see what we can do. I think it's probably best to try to approach with Darumaka on those Pokemon because they're possibly not going to die with only Starly. Just keep hitting him with Starly. Pineapple is not going to be able to hit us there. That locks out Darumaka from attacking there, which is also bad, but we can go Starly there. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Goodbye, Passage. Okay, this is good. Okay, we're doing it like this. Streamer, is this intended? Is this routed in? No, it's not. This is our improv, basically. Okay, this is pretty good because we will be able to kill him off with Starly. Now it doesn't really matter if Starly dies. He's probably going to die to see what though now. Okay, no, he didn't. No, he won't be able to kill him. I think we're doing it like this. Detox. Let's hope for a crit here. Nah, fine. At least we didn't break a lot of power wristbands, that's pretty good. We also want to get a lot of last hits with Darumaka, because he's going to evolve pretty early into Darmanitan. Okay, nice. So now we're going to ditch Pampor, he was only useful for this fight, and we're going to get Venipede. Because Venipede is going to be really useful in the next fight. We want this. The other one had a little bit more energy, but it doesn't really matter. So we want to ditch out Pampor. No, we don't want to save progress, we want to advance a month. We don't want to talk to this guy. This guy explains a lot of game mechanics, but we already know them all, so it doesn't matter. We go to the mines, mine some Poké Dollars, so that we can increase Starly's EXP, and now it's going to evolve. No, of course I'm not going to do all the side character stories, because that would take more than 20 hours. So this was a pretty clean Starly evolution. Sometimes we need to pass up much more months than this. This time it was pretty fine. So let's see, we broke Eevee's power wristband, and we didn't break this guy's power wristband, so we remove it. And we didn't break Pansage's power wristband, so it's pretty good. Okay, so now we save and we go to the next fight. The next fight is Pugilis. It's a really interesting castle. We'll explain it when we get to it. So here in Pugilis, our main goal is to recruit Girder, which is an absolute beast. Girder will take us through the Dark Castle, the Rock Castle, the Ice Castle, the Steel Castle. He will also do some work in the Dragon Castle. So Girder is really important for the mid and late game. Okay, so in this fight there is a lot of precise movement that we need to do. The mechanic in this fight is that we gotta capture those 4 flags and hold them for 5 turns. So yes, there is going to be a lot of Resident Sleeper in this fight, because we're going to need to wait for 5 turns after we capture the flags. But the unique mechanic is that when you're on the edge of this ring, if you get hit from a move that is on your side, not your front or back, you're going to get knocked out from the hit, from the ring. It doesn't work specifically like that, but more like that. So we're going to abuse this a lot. Wait, this first. We're going to abuse this a lot. We're going to knock a lot of enemies out of the ring, and we're going to finish the fight pretty quickly with that. So the enemy is going to capture some of the flags here. And now our main objective is to chase off Girder with Staravia. Because we really want to finish him off with an important warrior, which is Munishaj. And with a flying type, so that we hit him with a super effective move. So let's see, we're going to move Jigglypuff here. We're going to hit him with Pansage. And we're going to move Venipede there. And that's it. So I'm manipulating the enemies so that they will move to their respective flags in a way that we can knock them all out in the next turn. And get the remaining flags to our side too. Well, it didn't happen like we wanted to. That's unfortunate. We're going to waste an extra turn in this fight then. That's really unfortunate. That's really rare too. But that's okay, it's just an extra turn. So yeah, we gotta pass up the turn now. He's going to secure one of his flags. Yeah, and now we can just knock him out of the ring. And this guy is going to hit Staravia, that's fine. We have a lot of time to chase off Girder. Pretty bad. Never like when they ring the bell. So we're going to move here to stay closer to Girder. So that's the usefulness of Venipede. He can just tank a lot of fighting types because he's poison and he has a lot of defense. And we just position him there in the way of the enemies. So they are going to attack Venipede, and Venipede is going to tank all the hits. So now we're going to just position ourselves behind Girder, get him, and then just fly away with Staravia. Okay, that's it. He's going to be recruited. Now we just heal off Staravia. And we pass. Now the waiting games begin. So we just move Staravia out of the way there, this square, so that his Intimidate doesn't proc every single turn. Does saving some time. We really don't need it. So. Here we position a Jigglypuff behind Venipede so that he can't get knocked back by those fighting types. So yeah, now we just wait. spoilers, there is going to be another fight in this castle where we're going to wait for 5 turns too, so the resident sleeper doesn't stop there. So just one more turn of waiting. And we can recruit Girder. That was the main objective in getting Staravia and all that, just so that we could recruit Girder. So Girder's energy is not the worst, it's pretty decent. Or, yes, want to recruit Yoshihiro. Oh, whoops, what am I doing? And here we're going to ditch Venipede. He did his job, it was just to tank some fighting types in this castle. Now another cutscene that we need to skip. There are going to be basically cutscenes in almost every single part of the game in which new castles are introduced. So now we have 2 more castles to fight now, which is Terrera and Illuju. So here we take off our power wristbands. We don't need them for the next fight. So now the story is like this. We invade Terrera, there's a really strong warrior in Terrera and he doesn't want to have the dishonor of facing us, just a low life. So he just tells us to go back to our castle and get more stronger. And then he's going to send his men off to invade us. So he just left in our face. Thanks a lot. And then he sends his men on our castle, and we're going to have to defend our castle from him. That's intended in the story. And this fight is pretty much the same as the last one. We just knock the enemies out of the ring, and we get 4 flags, and then we wait 5 turns. That's it. The only difference is that they start moving, because they just started the battle against us. But that doesn't really matter much. Now this drill burr will be important later on in the run. So we don't need to use Darumaka and Pansage because we don't need more than 4 Pokemons to finish off this fight, and moving them would just waste a little bit of time. So the plan here is just to hit those enemies off the ring with 4 Pokemons, and then keep doing that until every single one of them has been knocked out of the ring, and we can just capture the flags later. Yeah, this Rhyhorn can sometimes do that. That's pretty bad, but I have ways of dealing with him. Wait, what am I doing? This. And the way to deal with him is doing this. We just knock him to the edge of the ring, and then we can just use Jigglypuff to knock him out of the ring. So we don't need any Pokemon on the entrance on the next turn because Tepig won't be able to enter the ring. So we can just move all of the Pokemon to the flags. And then pass the turn. And now the 5-turn count starts. So like I said, he's just going to position himself there. And now since Tepig needs 1 square of range to use Ember, and Drillbur cannot dig on Staravia, we can just position Staravia in the front of Tepig, and they aren't going to be able to attack us in any way, shape, or form. Unless Charmander moves first. Then he's going to be able to attack there. And nope. So now, we just waste 5 turns with the AI just being dumb and not doing anything. So now to save some time, we're going to move Jigglypuff out of the range of the Pokemon there, because she can use Lullaby, which is her warrior ability, and that can waste a couple seconds. Two more turns of waiting. So really there isn't much going on right now. And I think I have explained most of what I was supposed to explain about this game in general, that is not related to one specific fight. So we won. Okay, this next fight is one of the 3 choke points of the run, because we need to recruit Drillbur no matter what, because in 5th gen fashion we need to use Excadrill. Of course we do. Okay, so now we just evolve, basically. Digivolution. Evolving our warrior level, I think it's what it's called, doesn't do much. It just makes our courage, which is the warrior ability, instead of giving just 2 squares of extra movement in a turn, it does give 2 squares plus 1 to attack on that turn. That's going to be important later on the run, because that plus 1 to attack is really good for us. We don't want to save right now. Yes, we want to advance a month. So now I'm going to equip power wristbands in some specific Pokemons. Eevee. Wait a bit. Okay, he's already using that. Girder. And was Pensage? Yeah, it was Pensage. Because those are the Pokemon that are going to be important in recruiting Drillbur in the next fight, and they really need to dish out a lot of damage. So we save the game, just taking it slowly because I'm making sure that I'm not doing anything wrong, because this next fight is really important. And now we just start fighting Terrara. So this next castle has the very same mechanic of flags that we saw some other castles, but those flags are atop of some towers. So we're going to need to climb those towers to hit those flags. In essence, it doesn't do much. Like, the fight is going to be resolved in less than 4 turns, or we're going to need to reload the save file. So you can see that the flags are on top of those towers. The way to climb those towers is to pass a turn on top of one of those squares that serve as elevators. So the movement that I do in this fight is very precise. It's not done in this way. The AI is not manipulated to make it likely that we are able to recruit Drillbur. Because if Drillbur hits anyone, he's going to dig, and digging underground makes him waste one whole turn. So that puts a clock on the 5 turns. He can't hit anyone before we capture him, otherwise we're pretty screwed. So Eevee and Girder are going to move here in the case that Drillbur retreats and goes to their side, and this movement here needs to be done this way, otherwise we don't close the pathway there and the AI just goes all over the place, every Pokemon in each direction, and now we just make them have 2 clear paths of movement. So because of the pattern that they moved right now, I think it's likely that Drillbur will go through Eevee's side. Yeah, it's really likely that he will just back up like he did right now. So there is a good chance now that we're going to need to reload the save file. Okay, the power wristband broke, that's okay. No, wait, no. We don't finish our turn. We just move to the flags now. And these 2 guys don't do anything. I'm just prepared to load the save file because, yeah, that was really unlucky on our part. Okay, he's raising his defense, and yeah, we're going to need to reload the save file, unfortunately. That's the price that you pay for running Conquest. Now we just need to wait them out to finish their turn, because it's faster than just resetting the game. To just go to the title screen and reload the save. Stop attacking me, doesn't matter right now. As you can see, we're 54 minutes, so the in-game time in this game is all funky. It's really slow compared to RTA. That's one of the reasons that we stopped using in-game time for this game. Let's hope that we don't need to reload more times the save file. But yeah, this is all accounted into the estimate. This is basically a 3, 4, 5 minute waste each time that we need to load the save file because the animations are so slow and stuff. There is a small possibility if we don't get it on this fight, neither the next, I'll just finish it and finish the run without Ribur. There is a route to do that. I had made it work before, but yeah, it's sort of nasty to do that. Because Ribur is really important in the last 2 fights of the game. No, wait. I did this wrong. Okay. Yeah, I did this wrong, but it's still okay. Charmander won't kill us if he doesn't crit. Yeah. So it didn't really matter. And Tepig can't hit us, so that's okay. That's still okay. Oh god. So Tepig is going through that pathway again. We're going to need to courage there. Let's hope that Drillbur doesn't dig again. He's not digging. Okay. That's really good for us. Nice. Now we will probably be able to capture him. Miss? Yeah. That's bad. But that's not as bad as it could be. Still okay. We're going to use Mighty Blow here because I want to secure this Drillbur kill. We could have celebrated off of Drillbur, but that's really funky. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's going to be ugly. Because Charmander is probably going to pick up that flag. But yeah, doesn't matter that much. You can just grab the flag later. Waste a couple turns. Well, let's hope for the wind to blow and just get Charmander out of there. So you might have noticed in the first few turns of the fight, the wind just blows and the Pokemons are knocked out of the top of the platforms when that happens. The wind is going to blow eventually, knocking out Charmander out of the platform. That's what we're waiting for. Let's just heal. So we move Girder closer because that increases our chance of getting that flag. But we have Drillbur, we're fine. That's what we needed, Drillbur. Let's hope for the wind to blow now. It didn't. Yeah, that's ugly, but okay. Just pass the turn. He's going up the... You got the flag. Okay, the wind blew now. That's still okay, that's why I went with girder there. I actually didn't know that wind wouldn't blow in one of the towers. I thought that it blew equally on every single tower. That's new for me. Okay, okay, just hit Jigglypuff. You're not going to kill her. And finally we're out of Terrara. This was really ugly. We wasted like 10 minutes here, more. Ouch. So let's be really sure that we're recruiting both of them. Get both of them to finish the game. Nice. So Shingen is going to Pugilus. Gruber is going to Terrara, and we're going to ditch Starly actually. Terravia, I mean. So Moonshard won't be needed anymore. He already served his purpose. Another cutscene, and now we see the man, Nobunaga himself, with his Zekrom. So this Zekrom is the main reason why we need Excadrill. This one single Pokemon. Because it's hell to kill Zekrom without Excadrill in our team. Should have saved here, but that's okay. I was expecting a mixed click eventually. Yes, we're going to advance our turn. Now we're going to do something that I usually don't do in my runs. It is just a marathon strat. No, I don't want you to explain. We're going to go to this gold mine and we're going to get some money. And now we're going to Ponigri with Druber to get more energy because his energy level is really low. And now with the newly acquired money, we're going to go to Pugilus, go inside the shop, going to buy some power wristbands. Maybe 15 will be enough. And then we're going to buy some Ponigri. So Ponigri works just like it would work inside the Ponigri shops. If you equip the Ponigri on one of your Pokemons, you can eat it in the middle of the battle to increase its energy. And that's exactly what we're going to do in a couple fights. So let's not forget... Wait, what? Let's not forget to equip the power wristbands that we just brought in every single one of our Pokemon for this next fight. We already have one here, here, and one here. And the last thing that we're going to do is ditch Pensage. Wait. Is ditch Pensage for this guy, Gallade. So the menu in here is really non-PSR standards because it's really bad, but I'm trying to take it slowly so that I don't mess up anything. Okay, we need to equip Gallade with power wristbands too. Okay, so let's go to Craigspur. So this fight basically will be just Girder face rolling every single enemy. The unique mechanic of this is just that it has some boulders that can roll off and hit you. It's basically the same as the balls that we saw in Cresselia that just move and hit some Pokemons. Those rocks do rock type damage though, which can be super effective in some of the Pokemons. So here we need to press this button just to open the gates. I don't know why they did that. It serves basically no purpose here. So the movement that we are doing here is done in this way to manipulate the AI movement. Well, let's just wait with Darumaka. Here with Girder. Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter much that they are dealing damage to us here. So Baldor has 30, and that's the main reason why we're going to advance with Eevee and Jigglypuff, although they aren't really much useful in this castle. Wait, what? Gallade is just going to one-shot Machop, even though Gallade has a really low energy level, and we're going to have to fix that in a couple fights. Now, the thing that can go really bad in this fight is Girder breaking his power wristband early on, which didn't happen fortunately, because he's the main damage dealer in most of the Pokemon here. Okay, this is fine. Boldor is not going to do anything. Let's first go Girder here, hit the Zonix, which is going to be a one-shot. So Gruber is going to probably one-shot this guy. And now we don't do anything with Jigglypuff, I think. Yeah. So I want to hit Larvitar from the side here to increase damage, otherwise I won't be able to two-shot him, this energy level. Even then I might not be able to two-shot him. Oof, that's bad. So, because Baldor flinched Girder, this is going to take an extra turn. This fight is supposed to end in this next turn, but since we got that flinch, that's going to take an extra turn. So now we Courage with Eevee, just because I want to hit Baldor before he hits Girder, before Girder hits him, to break his 30. Now we just move here, finish off Larvitar, and next turn we're going to finish off Baldor. power wristband broke, but we still have like 14 to equip, so that's fine. Okay, and he hits Eevee, which is also good for us because that may not able to flinch up Girder again. And there goes the big hit on him. Okay, fine. This was a pretty good fight, all in all. It did take an extra turn, but for a marathon, I'm taking that. Some more shatter between the warriors of that castle and ours. So now KG, which is that guy that taught us how to recruit warriors and wild Pokemon, is giving us the stones to evolve Eevee. And we're going to evolve him into Jolton. So let's equip the things that we need to equip. And that is the Thunderstone. So power wristbands on most other guys. Gallade is going to need a power wristband for this next fight. But Drillbur won't, so we will just use a Poneglyph. So let's just save, now that we've equipped everything. I'm going to recheck if I equip the Thunderstone, because I can't stress how important it is to evolve Eevee in this specific fight. Okay, he's equipped with the Thunderstone. So, the reason why we get Jolteon and not the... No, wait. We need to advance. So the reason that we use Jolteon and not Vaporeon or Flareon is that most of the type advantages for Flareon and Vaporeon were castles that we fought in the start of the run. So type-wise, they won't help much as Jolteon. Jolteon is going to be really good in the Ice Castle because most of the Pokemon there is also Water type, and it's going to be good on the Flying Castle. And in some other fights which have like some water types, because most of the coverage that we get with Flareon would be covered by Darmanitan, and Vaporeon we just have like Excadrill to hit rock types, so, and Girder to hit rock types, so it's pretty okay. And we're not meeting any ground type in the future, so the positioning that I make in this fight is sort of precise, because it's also a flag fight with a lot of tunnels, and it's the things that we do in the tunnels, like with the tunnels and the movement here, is really complicated. Some Pokemon will stay behind on flags and stuff. I'll just explain when it happens. There is a really small possibility that this fight takes a lot of time, but it's extremely rare. It's like less than 1% of chance. And I think it, yeah, by the way that those Pokemon moved, it won't happen. So we move them in block like this, so that next turn Eevee is going to be able to hit the trapdoor to the next flag, and we're going to be able to position Jigglypuff and Gallade in a way that Gallade is going to be able to go through the next room without being blocked ever, and hit Arbok, which is on the flag, to be able to give pathway for us to capture that flag later on in the fight. I'm going to use the directional pad here because most of those squares are edge squares, so the stylus just isn't that precise for them. And the stylus is also not precise when there are walls close by, like here. So yeah, this is the position that I was talking about. This way we can move Gallade through the next room, because he can pass through Jigglypuff. and Eevee is going to be able to take the next flag just fine. The main problem in this fight is if Gallade gets knocked out, because it would be absolutely bad. But that really never happens most of the time, because Gallade has a lot of defense and stuff. So yeah, now we just get this flag with Eevee. We move Gallade in a way that he's going to be able to reach Arbok almost no matter what, and we just pass with the rest. This is all okay. Drillbur is not going to die, and if everything goes according to plan, the next turn we're just going to finish this fight. Yeah, okay. This is probably going to be it. Okay, Gallade just... No, he doesn't need to Busto, he just goes here. Kills Arbok. If he didn't kill Arbok but damaged him heavily, it wouldn't have mattered because Eevee has Celebrate. So now we just use Courage with Eevee to be able to reach the other flag. And that's it, this is the Viperia fight. It just went all according to plan. So now Eevee is going to evolve into Jotun. The thing that I shouldn't forget in the next couple castles is to equip all of my power wristbands before fights and save and stuff. Because that's really important. If we forget to equip power wristbands, that can be really bad. So now we're going to equip everything that we should equip, which is power wristbands on most Pokemon, and Ponygri on Drillbur, because Drillbur won't be doing much in the next fight. Advance to the next month. Whatever, doesn't really matter for us. Jigglypuff is going to deliver us an item that is useless. Okay, so this is the Yaksha Castle. The Yaksha Castle has one of the most annoying mechanics out of all the castles. Randomly, every 3 turns, a Pokemon is going to get teleported to the side of the map. And if that happens with one of our main DPS, yes, not DPS, one of our main damage dealers, or with one of the Pokemons of the opponent that we want to defeat, that's going to be really bad. So we don't move with Jigglypuff here. Although Gallade is not going to be able to hit most Pokemon, we just move him there so that he's able to hit Zubat in some of the scenarios. Really rare when he can do that. mostly just to sponge off some hits. So this guy, Zoroark, is really a pain to deal with. Because he can dodge off the Gurdurr's attacks really easily because it has so much more speed than him. Okay, so now we Courage with Jolteon. Hit Zoroark for a lot of damage. Okay, that was bad. We broke our wristband. Now we see if we're going to be able to kill him off with one hit, and yeah, it seems like it is. Oh, that's really good. We didn't miss him. That was a 75% chance to hit, but we broke our power wristband, which is also bad. This fight is not going to be pretty. So now we move Darumaka here. All of this movement is to manipulate the AI into positioning itself according to plan. Please don't flinch me. Well, this fight. Okay, this guy positioned himself there. That's also terribly bad for us, because I wanted to start hitting Ponyard with... Is it Ponyard? Well, anyways, the steel guy with Darumaka. Okay, Jigglypuff, at least this, at least we got this. Jigglypuff is the least harmful Pokemon to get teleported here. So since this Pokemon needs to move a square to use High Jump Kick, he's not going to be able to attack Darumaka here, and we just basically locked him. Okay, please. Okay, this time he didn't flinch us. He didn't flinch us. Good. So this is just a slowly grinding off their Pokemon. We're going to use Mighty Blow on this guy. Probably kill him off. 86% chance. Yeah, we did hit it. Now since on the next turn Jigglypuff is... Someone is going to teleport in Jigglypuff's place, we just get her out of there, otherwise it was an enemy Pokemon, he would just start smacking Jigglypuff in the face and not leave that square, and that's what we want him to do, to leave the square as fast as possible. Oh boy, that's bad. Yeah, I just don't know. This fight is going really badly for us. Yeah, and that's the kind of RNG that you gotta deal with when playing Conquest. Really ugly. Oh man, and this was also bad for us, because I wanted to start hitting the metal type, which is the evolution of Ponyard. Darumaka really quickly, but like not going to be able to do that. Doesn't really matter. Does that. Finally, Darumaka is going to be useful. Please, not one of the ones we're using. Oh god. Conquest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's at least kill this guy, please. Okay. So now a hit of Girder should kill this Craggy. We should be finished with this fight. Finally. Nice, Drillbur is already evolving. This really doesn't matter because in the next fight Excadrill won't be used at all. It's the flying castle and Excadrill can't hit anyone there. No, we don't save now. Let's equip Pokemon with what they should be equipped with. Let's check it back. Everyone's equipped with what they should be equipped. So now we pass a turn. Month, I guess. We march to Viperia, otherwise we can't invade Avia. And let's just save now. So looking by the energy in the enemy Pokemon, this castle is going to be pretty good for us. So the mechanic of this castle is that there's a lot of floating platforms and your Pokemon can only traverse them jumping on those trampolines or traversing some bridges which are just closed and open every turn. But flying types can traverse them just fine. That's what makes the enemy Pokemon apart from us. So only Gallade, Darumaka and Jolteon are going to be useful in this fight, mainly Jolteon because Jolteon is going to one-shot all of the Pokemon. Now this fight could go really well in 3 turns, or it could go really badly and end it's like 6 or 7 turns. It all depends on how the enemy is going to position those following turns. Yeah, this was really bad because we can't hit more than 2 enemies with Jolteon with this confirmation that they just made. I think I'm going to kill this guy first. Please don't break the power wristband. Okay. Now we're going to make Gallade stand back because since he's a fighting type too, he's going to take super effective damage from any of the flying types. Now he's going to attack Jotun, and probably Golbat will be on the side of Staravia, which will be pretty good for us. Yeah, we're going to be able to kill him off with Eevee. With Jotun, I mean. Kill them both off. Now I could hit Starly with Gallade, but I prefer to advance him here, just to position him better in the next turns. So now Fly hits Darumaka, it's okay. So now I'm going to kill off the Flyer. First off, we want to get Darumaka out of the way, of course. Now I'm going to hit Carnivine because I want him to be in range for Darumaka to one-shot him next turn. He's going to hit both of them, yeah. That's just okay. Starly is going to hit who? Okay, Jotun. Fine. So now hopefully Darumaka will one-shot the Carnivine. If that doesn't happen, that's pretty problematic for us. Yeah, that's pretty problematic for us. Let's see what we can do. We can't do much. We'll have to just wait a turn here. Because I want Darumaka to one-shot him to be able to evolve in the next turn. So let's just pass here. Okay, this is just fine because we can break that rock. And make space for Darumaka. Just like that. So nice. Darumaka will probably evolve in this after this fight or after we max out his energy, and that's what we needed. Now we have another cutscene because we're going to be introduced to new castles to invade, and this is the late game now. This is the last 4 castles that we're going to be facing. No, we don't save progress. I want to equip everyone with power wristbands. Okay. Now we advance a month, and we're going to max out everyone's energy here in this castle. Because we absolutely need Darmanitan for the next fight. No, we don't want to risk this. And there it goes. Now we get the best Pokemon basically in our team for the entire run, which is Darmanitan. So Darmanitan has Fire Blast, which hits 6 spaces in front of him. Okay, nice. Now, we can just save. And the next fight is my least favorite fight in the game. It's Spectra, and it's one of the places in which you can waste the most time in the run. You usually are able to finish off this fight, like, I don't think we're ever going to need to reload saves after this. But just in case, I'm saving. So, this next fight, every single turn, there is a lot of animations going on because the terrain moves. There is a lot of small terrain-generated flames that move around too, and they all have their sort of round to move. And so those terrain-generated flames, they can move in the direction of one of your Pokémons and make them get a random status condition. And all of that happening randomly just makes this fight a good opportunity to waste a lot of time. So now we move Darmanitan here, hit this tree because Excadrill is going to be on top of that tree. We just skip our power wristband. And yeah. So we're not going to use obviously Girder nor Jigglypuff because they can't hit ghost types. Okay, so this pattern of movement from Dusclops is pretty bad for us. We always want him to move and be on the side of Misdreavus, because this makes him susceptible to be hit by Jolteon's Thunderbolt alongside with Misdreavus. That didn't happen, which is unfortunate for us. Yeah, this is looking really ugly for us from the get-go. This positioning is really funky, but this crit was really nice for us. Although it broke Jolteon's power wristband, but that doesn't matter much though. So first I want to move Nitten, we want to hit this Drifloon. Please don't break the power wristband, okay. Now we finish off this Drifloon. Nice. Please don't break the power wristband. Damn, that's very bad. Okay. Fight is probably going to take a lot of turns. At least we got Darmanitan's power wristband. That's really important. Please don't flinch. Okay. Fine, he's going to absorb this status condition. Paralysis, I'll take paralysis. Not the best, but not the worst. Okay. This is shaping up to be a pretty good setup for this part of the fight. Okay, it might not be as bad as I was thinking it would be. Let's see how those statues move up. They might just... Okay, they didn't do much to us. We want to move Jolteon here because he's going to be closer to the other Pokemon then. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so first things first, we want to hit this guy with Excadrill. And just finish him off. That's the only Pokemon that Excadrill can hit him here. Besides Venipede, but Venipede is going to get ditched now. If this hits, let's hope it does. Please. God damn it. Okay, I think Gallade is better off just attacking Dusclops. Ouch. That hit was somewhat important. Well, depends on the positioning of the enemies on this next turn. And what status conditions. Oh wow, that was bad. Ouch, please parry this. Ooh, that was really nice. Okay. Nice. No, no! Ouch. Okay. Yeah, that's not good for us. So let's hope that Darmanitan doesn't get a really bad status condition now. Okay, it missed. Fine. I'll take that. Okay, first things first, we're going to move Excadrill out of the way because we don't want him to get hit here. And then we're going to hit all of them, hopefully. Go. God damn it, miss again. Let's see, can we hit them? Yeah, if with courage, we can. We can hit the Cyclops. Okay, and this is probably going to kill him. No, it didn't. Ouch. Okay, fine. Please paralyze. Okay. So we are most likely not finishing this fight this turn because we're probably going to get missed or something like that. But there is a possibility to finish this fight this turn if we get lucky. Let's see here. Okay, good. Okay, let's hit Miss Magnus, please. Yes, that was very good. Okay, this fight didn't go that badly. And this was the game lagging a lot. It sort of happens with Conquest sometimes. Okay, that was nice. No, we don't want to save now, we want to equip broken power wristbands. Okay. Let's see how our energy is now. Okay, all of our energy is pretty good. Otherwise, I would probably just use the Poneglyph shop here. So let's invade Nixstorm. So Nixstorm is the only castle the run that features the ice terrain. So the ice terrain just makes us slide from one place to the next. Like if you step on the ice terrain, you just slide on the direction until you find an obstacle. And we're going to use that to our advantage. If you're using an ice type Pokemon, it can just walk just fine in the ice terrain. There's also snow wherever there's not ice in this fight, and the movement is decreased by 1 square inside snow. So there's 2 possibilities for the icicle placement in this fight. We got the one that is, I think, the best one. Yeah, I think this one's the best one. So we just destroyed this icicle with Darmanitan. We courage with Jotun. And we just go straight to Lapras and CLU. Damn, I broke my power wristband. That's usually not a good sign. So we kill that tree, so that the next turn we can just go in that path. Jigglypuff is only used in this fight to break that rock. And Excadrill is going to try to approach through this platform. Please don't flinch. Okay, fine. Okay, please don't make me sleep. Fine, fine, this is okay. So this is pretty awkward. I think I'm going to have to go here, yeah. Because I need to make space for Darmanitan. Now Jigglypuff is just going to sit here for the remainder of the fight. Okay, so it's here. Yeah, the region is shaped like Arceus. Spoilers, we're going to meet Arceus pretty soon. You can actually get attacked by other kingdoms. So the reason why I'm only answering chat right now is because my chat got disconnected like half an hour ago. So anyway, you can get invaded in this run, but you really need to screw up everything that you're doing. Fine, we're just going to do this. I'm going to need to hit Musharna here. I really wanted to hit Muna. So here we can just kill this guy with Excadrill. And approach the rest of the team with Gallade. And Jigglypuff is not doing anything. The ice platform breaking is actually pretty good because this guy is not going to be able to Dream Eater. Whenever he Dream Eaters, he heals for a lot, like for more than 100 damage. Well, there was a sequel in the making, at least a couple years ago. So you might expect that for the 3DS. Okay, I think I'm not going to need to do this. Yeah. Poor Excadrill. So this fight is very good. I do agree this game is pretty easy. The problem with this game, mainly for speedruns, is that the RNG can make you waste a lot of time because the animations are so long. But yeah, for anyone thinking about playing this casually, the game is pretty easy. It's not hard at all to pick up. No, we're not going to save because we want to equip broken power wristbands. We're almost out of power wristbands. We might need to buy them. Buy some more of them. But it's okay. It doesn't waste that much time to buy them. So the unique mechanic in Valora is that you can notice that there are a lot of like really big cogwheels is the name of this. It is. And whenever you step on it, they turn you and they change your position while also closing off and opening some sections of the map. Like that. So there's a couple different AI scenarios that we will be facing in this castle. We could get like 1, 2, or 0 Arons coming our way to fight Jolteon and the crew. Oh, we'll kill Chimecho in 1 hit, that's okay. Doesn't matter that we broke our power wristband because we're not going to attack anymore with Jolteon. So yeah, depending on how the... I should have used the shoulder pad there, but anyway. Depending on how many Arons come our way down there, or how many Arons go to the top defending Aggron and Metagross, it changes how we're supposed to perform in this fight. Okay, so we got 1. Getting 2 is the optimal thing. Yeah, we got it. So that's pretty lucky. Okay, so now we just position Jolteon here. We're going Girder there. So we're going to close off the way with Arons, and then we're going Jigglypuff there to open it again. And here we're just going to attack Metagross with Excadrill, and we're going to pass a turn after this, because we don't want to screw over with the Gallade and Darmanitan's positioning. So Quagsire is going to be the main time loss in this castle, because it takes a long time to kill him, and we really can't do it before we kill Metagross and Aggron. So we just move Jigglypuff and Jolteon outside of the cogwheel so that we can't just block off the way for those Arons to reach us. And now we can just start using Darmanitan here. We can move Excadrill here, so that the next turn Excadrill is going to be able to hit Aggron. Quagsire is going to hit Excadrill, but hopefully he won't make much of a damage here. Yeah, it's okay, he's still going to survive. So what we're going to do here, just finish off the Arons with Girder. Now this side of the board isn't going to have any action. We're going to back off with Darmanitan so that we have space for Excadrill to do his magic here. And now we're going to Buster with Gallade. And reach Quagsire. Wow, that was a very nice crit. So those sentinels that you see moving between turns, if they find you in their front, like in front of them, they just teleport you randomly in the map, but we don't use them. Just run. So we're just going to move X through here, Gallade here, and we're going to try to finish Quagsire off. Okay, we made it. Pretty good run, pretty good fight, I mean. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the Poneglyph shop with every single Pokemon. Just so that we have a lot of energy to face off Dragnar, which is the last cast of the run. So right now what I want to do is enter Pugilus and buy some more power wristbands because we're running out. We can only buy 2. Wait, this is incorrect. We can sell or fire water stones. That was what was missing in my money. Now we can buy a lot of power wristbands. Okay, everyone has their power wristbands, that's fine. So we advance to the next month. Enter Valora, max out our energy levels in the Poneglyph shop. We use Red Poneglyph, which is a paid sort of Poneglyph, but it heals us for 2 energy levels instead of 1. And now we're all set up for the last 2 fights of the game. So the unique mechanic behind Ragnar is that there are a bunch of shrines around the map, and depending on the light that those shrines are lighting, they can either heal you and heal status conditions, or they can damage you for the color that they are shining. So a blue shrine will damage you with water type attacks, and so on. And those attacks can cause conditions. So, for example, the fire type shrine can burn you. It hits you. They only hit you when you're on adjacent squares, so 1 square adjacent to those shrines. Sometimes we can use that, very rarely, when we can knock enemies into those shrines, but it's not that likely that we can do that. So Ragnar's enemies don't move at all until you approach them in the second turn, so we just move all of our Pokemons in block, trying to get to them as fast as possible. Dragonair is one of the worst Pokemons to fight against in this fight because it can heal his allies for 100 depending on what the fighting situation is. Okay, this positioning is not that bad for us, it's actually pretty good. so we can just hit them both here. And then we can use Excadrill here. Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. We really needed Excadrill's power wristband intact for this fight, but we're going to make it without it. Yeah, this is a Zekrom, and this Zekrom is the main reason why we need Excadrill, because without him, this Zekrom would be really ugly to fight against. Pretty good setup for Darmanitan here. He's going to hit no allies, but a lot of enemies. So I'm just going to move Jolteon here. Jolteon doesn't do much in this fight. Oh, this missed. Oh god, this is ugly. Missing that attack is big. Okay. So I'm just going to move out of the way. I guess with Excadrill. Now maybe we'll just move into this shrine. Fine. Just heal a little bit. And we'll just finish this dino with Girder. Okay, fine. He's positioning himself to the side of Excadrill, and of course this could be ugly depending on the type that we get on the shrine, but okay, this is the ability of Jolteon. You only see it this time. Volt Absorb. Fine. Won't do much for us. Also fine. Let's hit this time. Okay, that was good. I'll try to finish off Dragonair. That was very good. Now Dragonair won't be able to heal off his allies. And we can start smacking Zekrom. So fighting Zekrom is going to take a long time. Because we don't have the power wristband on Excadrill. Ah, okay, this is really bad because Excadrill is not going to be able... No, he is because we have a knockback. Okay. We can just do this. That's very nice. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, this must hit. This must hit. Please hit. Damn! That was very bad. Okay. Oh, that burn is really nice. Okay, let's hit. Let's just heal with Jigglypuff. I can move Jolteon and give him a slap. Yeah. Let's just do it. Okay. Ah, this is ugly. But fine. At the very least, we are still with Excadrill alive. Can we finish him off with Darmanitan? Maybe. Of course. Okay, he's just going to stand his ground. Fine. Nice. Useless crit, but okay. Okay, so now we only have one fight left. Pretty nice. So, this cutscene just makes us aware that there is a huge-ass tower behind Dragnor now, which is where Arceus is placed. No, we're not going to save before we can equip the power wristbands. Okay, Gallade. Okay. So while both screens are black, you can hear us traveling by elevator. And now here's our boy, Arceus himself. So the position of our Pokemon in this fight is random against Arceus. And if Eevee was on the middle two spots there, where Excadrill and Jigglypuff is, he could reach him in one turn with Courage, but since this is not the case, we're going to have to keep a turn, tank an attack from Arceus before we can recruit him. Okay, I am very bad at this. Just preparing you that this might take 2 turns. Yeah. Oh, I made it in 1 turn. Okay, that's nice. So, the position in the first half of the fight is random, but in this part of the fight against the other Pokemons is fixed. So this is the last fight. We just see Nobunaga facing us against Arceus. And he gets all of his allies to fight us again. And yes, that is a Rayquaza. Rayquaza, I don't know how to pronounce that. So, this fight goes this way. We just advance and block with all of our Pokemon. Arceus is going to deal with Rayquaza and Lapras. Gallade is going to deal with Mismagius, and Excadrill is going to deal with Pansage. Wait, Infernape. And in the first turn, we're probably going to kill Lucario with Darmanitan. Then Excadrill is going to start attacking Aggron, or at least move to attack Aggron. And yeah, that's basically how it goes. So in the first turn, we Courage. And we hit Rayquaza and Lapras. Jigglypuff isn't doing anything here. We just bustle with Gallade so that we can reach his Magius. Okay, that was an unfortunate breaking of the power wristband. Let's try to hit this, please. Okay, that's nice. That's very nice. Let's just hit this too, please. Okay. Wow. 600 damage almost. We don't move Girder all the way through to the side of Darmanitan, otherwise this makes it likely that Rayquaza will just attack them both. I forgot right now what his Nomad ability does. Rayquaza's ability. Okay, so here we finish off Aggron with Excadrill. No, we go this way. Probably going to kill Rayquaza this turn. Okay, so we just need to finish off Miss Magius. So Omnipotent is the ability of Arceus, and we don't really have a complete list of what it does, but it basically heals him off every turn. He makes his accuracy checks be almost 100%. Arceus can also shed off status conditions and all that good stuff. So now there's a couple screens of text coming up. The time is after I mash through all this text. And yeah, that was basically Pokemon Conquest. Okay, I need to skip this cutscene. There's still a lot of text to mash. And if anyone feels like they want to run this game, there are two guides for the any percent and for the no passwords percent route up in the speedrun.com page for Pokemon Conquest. Feel free to ask me any questions, my Discord and Twitter and other means of communicate. Okay, there's time. 3, 2, 1, time. This is time. Okay. So anyways, if anyone wants to contact me via Discord, via Twitter, any sort of communication means, Twitch message, to start running this game, feel free to. And yeah, it's a really fun game to run. It just has a lot of RNG. Like, you can get a really good run and then the next one will be 20 minutes slower without any sort of execution difference. But yeah, I would like to give shoutouts to Daltium and PR Shiori, which helped me route this game so many years ago.
Alright. Thanks very much, Ride, for that run. And I think up next we've got Emerald by Shiru.
Yeah, tune in for this Emerald run. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, it should be good stuff. Chain Manip hype. Yeah, thanks very much again, Ride. I love the run. I'm really considering